Welcome back to
Hi, welcome.
a second episode of Bickering with Moti and Christian.
Wow, we made it.
Episode 2. We kind of wanted to talk about what we're going to be talking about on this podcast since that's our most requested question. Our most requested.
This is a show about nothing. It's
Not a
basically
show.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, no, it's about a little bit of everything. So obviously we're going to talk about pop culture. We're going to select a different topic for each episode. Obviously our first episode was an intro about us. Today's episode will be talking about men's wellness, which we will be diving in shortly.
But based on our own experiences.
Based on our own experiences, relationship advice, since, we are obviously experts in one for 7 long years.
Which in dog years is
7 million.
21. And gay
Yeah.
years is like
7 billion.
3,000.
Yeah.
And during COVID time, you multiply that for like infinity.
Right. So being in a relationship during COVID and gay equals 7. The limit does not exist.
Yeah, correct. Okay, that's funny.
So that's what we're going to be talking about, everything. So I actually saw the funniest. Well, Christian, why don't we dive in on with your outfit? Because I feel like you really dressed up today. And no one could see it, but I feel like you want to talk about it. So I'm going to let you talk about it.
No, for all of you watching on YouTube, you can see how beautiful this shirt is. What do you think it is? Like, everybody knows what I wear most of the time.
What is it? I can't tell.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think this is a great opportunity for the people that is watching on YouTube. And we're getting pictures taken here to promote the podcast. So, I just want to show my personality.
You should.
And, the new pieces that I add to my wardrobe. And, like, we started as a fashion influencer. So we need to include it here, even though it's not completely visual. But it is visual because we do the little clips that we post on Instagram. So, you need to look good.
We love it. We love to see it. So this morning, on the way to the studio,
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing this gorgeous Prada shirt, which is very simple.
I mean, it's made of plastic, so...
It's nylon, and it's the re-nylon edition, and I love it, and it's cute.
We're wearing silk here, so you know the difference, plastic, silk.
Okay. Moving on.
Okay.
So on the way to the studio today, I read that, I don't know if you saw this, Christian, but they revealed, allegedly, the new location for White Lotus.
Yeah, I heard it was Thailand.
Yes.
We overheard, I mean, we've been hearing like all these rumors in the past that it was going to take place in Asia, and I think that's where it's going to take place.
I'm excited. White Lotus is my favorite show.
Is it? I mean, it is great.
It's one of my favorite shows. We watched it live when it first came out. If there's someone, Christian, that you would want...
I mean, we should make a draft of 5 people you want to see there. You go for one and I go for the next one. What about that?
I mean, I can't think of 5, but I have 2.
It's a dream cast. You will like tune in like, oh my God, I want to see this with at least 5 people.
Okay.
Who would you want to see first?
Well, I can't think of 5, but Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan.
She'd be so much fun.
She will like, okay, no. I mean, I'm going for Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman on the White Lotus.
Yeah. She will be amazing on it.
Interesting.
Who else?
Pedro Pascal.
How dare you? I told you I was going to say Pedro Pascal. He stole it from me. I mean, like, I'm a little obsessed with him. But, I mean, he's Latino like me, so I'm happy to see him, like, doing amazing things. I think Meryl Streep will do great also.
I mean, you're giving icons. I feel like I want to see, like,
it's HBO. I want to see icons doing
people.
this.
I want to see a fresh cast.
No one is fresh on the past 2 seasons. They have like iconic people with like a couple of newcomers.
Lucas Gage was a new guy from the first season.
Yeah, but they also have big household names as the headliner. So, and then they add these cute little youngsters.
Right.
So I'm just naming like the top stars. That's what I think. I think Meryl Streep will do great. Nicole Kidman. Who else do you want to see there?
Hilary Duff.
Yeah, name all the pop stars.
I just want to see like all like the young. I want to see like the young actresses that I grew up watching TV that don't. Well, actually, Hilary Duff's on a new show, but
Reese Witherspoon will be great. I mean, I know I'm naming the cast from White Little Lies.
Literally, that's what you're. There is that show
Big
already.
Little Lies.
Christian, that show already exists. It's called Big Little Lies.
But it'll be great. I don't know. I don't know what male figure. I was gonna say Pedro Pascal, but like now you stole it from me. Well, which I don't know. Maybe
We can continue all day and like talk
Yeah.
about this all day because I love
Are
the
you
show.
excited to watch? Do you think Thailand is a great location for it?
Honestly, I wish it was like somewhere in.
Closer?
I know. I wish it was Tel Aviv or something.
Well, put it out there. Maybe it'll happen.
It would be fun there. Okay, well, moving on. Today's episode, we are going to discuss a topic.
I thought you were going to talk about the Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, the Gwyneth Paltrow court case. I love that court case. That is like the most exciting court case I've ever seen.
But you think she's being shown on a positive light? Because she sounds... I mean, I feel like she's right. She got assaulted by that guy. But she's making a fool out of herself there a little bit.
Let me tell you something. If you're going on an extreme sport and thinking that you're not going to fall or bump into someone, then
Yeah.
it just, of course that's going to happen. I went skiing once. I hit maybe 30 people. I didn't know I could sue them. If I could sue them, I'm going back there. Like,
I feel bad for the guy, but it looks like he was at fault. So, but why would you... Why is it okay to like put this on or every single trial can be like recorded and show publicly? Because I don't know.
I honestly have no idea what court case is allowed to go.
Only celebrities or all of them, and just people happen to like be interested in this one, so they pay attention.
I think it depends because obviously, like the press does. I don't know. Like the juries see the press and they kind of like it in. You know.
You think? Wow, you haven't said anything.
No.
By the way, I need a lawyer. Abraham hasn't paid me in 6 months. So if anyone can help me with this case, I'm happy to discuss. Just DM me. I need a lawyer in New York City. Thank you.
Okay, great. Well, no, I'm thinking if it depends on the client. If the client wants it to be broadcasted live or broadcasted to the public, it's because that there's going to be press around it, and it's going to. I feel like the jury is going to read the press, and then they're going to kind of like determine their decision.
The jury is not allowed to read press. They probably are not allowed to have contact with it. They are not allowed to have contact with they cannot be influenced by press.
They are going to be influenced by it because
you clearly don't know much about it.
They're outside. Okay, day one happens, then they have the weekend. You think that they're not on the internet?
They won't be. They are like staying in a motel or in a hotel room. Haven't you seen that? They are not allowed to have contact with the outside world.
That is not. I don't think that's true. I don't even know how it works.
Well, none of us are lawyers, so anything that we're saying right here is just speculation.
I went to jury duty once a couple weeks ago, and they just put me in a room for 2 hours and said, "Okay, you're dismissed." I was really hoping to get like a fun case, like an Anna Delvey case or something. That would have been so much fun.
No, look at it. It's taking place in Utah now. Okay,
so we're moving on to today's topic. Today's topic, we are talking about men's wellness.
Oh, I love talking about this.
I'm finally excited. I finally am excited to talk about something that I haven't spoken about in 3 years. Some people kind of figured it out online.
What is it?
Well, before we get into it,
are you ready to
Christian,
open up?
Tell us what are some things that you've done that you've
to enhance my body.
Yeah,
I just go to the gym every day, and I do. Okay, I eat healthy. I go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a gym rat. I go
you're
2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah, you're so big. Wow.
Yeah, well, the images speak for themselves, so I don't have to justify myself here in front of you. You see it every day, naked, so you should know. But I know what you mean, and you want me to talk about Botox.
Yeah.
Well, that's something I used to do. I haven't done it in over 6 months, and here's the reason why. I go to the gym very often, and I didn't know that if you work out really hard, the Botox, it dissolves. You wear it off. So there's like an alternative. Apparently it's better. It's called Sport or something like that. So right now I'm shopping for new Botox. I haven't done it anymore because I don't want to pay for it if it is going to wear off in like a month. It's expensive. So I'm like looking for an alternative, and apparently there's no alternative. So either I like it, and it's true when they say when you're working out, you either choose your face or your body. Because, you know, when you like get lean and like muscle, your face tends to get a little skinnier, and like your face suffers a little bit.
I like when my face gets skinnier. I want it to be like chiseled and like.
Anyway, so I used to do Botox. I love that. I always was scared of doing it because I thought I either was too young or like I didn't want to look fake or like like maybe goes wrong and my face freezes in some way and then I look ridiculous. Because I'm happy with my face, but I feel like I could need some help. And then I did Botox for the first time. I was very scared. I went to this place called Fuji, actually, here in Soho. And I fell in love with it. I felt like I looked younger. I was the best decision I ever made. But and I continued doing it for the longest time. But now I had to stop because...
Why were you afraid to do it to begin with?
Well, because there's a stigma of doing not plastic surgery, but all these cosmetic procedures, especially men. I know things have changed, but I'm like from an older generation, so men are not supposed to do it. Or it's for me, it's more like I don't want to ruin what I have because I'm happy with my face. But the Botox just freezes your forehead, which is what I love. But I've been considering also like do some fillers on my jaw or like fix my nose. My nose, I don't think I need to fix it, but I feel like everybody's unhappy with their nose.
Everyone's unhappy with their nose.
Well, I mean, obviously, but I think I like mine. But sometimes I think about it, maybe like because as men age, your nose keeps growing and it starts drooping, and I feel like in 10 years from now, maybe I just. And I've been also toying with the idea of like maybe making my jawline a little sharper because you see all these transformations online, and some guys like really look better.
Right. But there's some that don't, and we can name.
We have a friend like he's looking like a monster right now. I don't want to name him, but he knows who he is.
But Zac Efron, for example.
That's him, exactly.
Yeah. Our really close friend, Zac Efron, who we love so much.
I think I saw him the other night. He I don't want to judge people, but some people, it scares me because I will sometimes like to make my jawline a little. But it can be dissolved.
Yeah.
See, if it looks bad, you can dissolve it, which is great. But look at Courtney Cox. She did all those fillers, and eventually she came out and said, "Oh yeah, I was looking like a monster. Now she looks much better because you can dissolve them."
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm still.
She says she looks like a monster.
Well, don't quote me, but she said she knew she was looking a little fudge.
Haggard. She was looking haggard.
But yeah, so I've been trying to do it, but it's scary to change your face completely and like ruin something that it was beautiful to begin with. So that's why I was a little scared to do the Botox because I didn't know that. But it actually enhanced my looks. It erased the fine lines on my forehead, but I have them back because I haven't done it in 6 months.
I really like wrinkles on not. When you get older and very wrinkly, I don't love that. But I don't mind a couple of wrinkles on your forehead. Or
this wrinkle here is Moti.
Yeah.
Being annoying all the time.
Yeah, let's call it Moti.
And this other wrinkle here is like all my night out. And these wrinkles here are Fistook making me smile.
Yeah.
So, I know it's a map of your life in your face. But you know what? Some parts I would like to delete. So I'm pro Botox. So if anyone knows a good alternative for someone that is working out really hard, I would like to do it because I can get injected one every month because it's not. I mean, I don't have the money for that.
No, you don't.
Okay, now to the
tea.
To the actual tea. We are going to talk about Moti's biggest procedure.
Moti's big. I got a penis enlargement. No, I'm kidding.
We said we were not going to talk about my penis reduction.
Okay. So obviously hair loss is something that men are now talking a little bit more about. And there's obviously like an insecurity when it comes to hair loss.
Why?
I just, growing up, I had receding hairline not my entire life, but since I was like
3 years old,
18, I started losing my hair. And I was on finasteride and Propecia, which is like a generic pill that you take once a day. And obviously you're not supposed to take it when you're planning on having a baby, and a pregnant woman's not allowed to touch it. It's a whole thing. And there's side effects. I do not.
I live with those side effects.
I don't have any of those.
I live with them. I deal with them every day since I've been with Moti.
Okay. Anyways, 3 years ago, I did get my hair done. I got a hair transplant.
Where?
I got it done in Turkey.
You got a Turkish rug.
So I got a Turkish rug delivered straight to Manhattan, which was very luxury. No, I'm kidding. I did some research. I asked a couple of my plastic surgeon friends to recommend some doctors. I had a consultation here in New York. The doctor wanted $30,000, and
Wow.
yeah,
But
and
you're rich.
yeah, you're right. I am, but I'm not going to spend $30,000. But the thing that really ticked me off was that I know someone that went to him, and I found out that he was getting a revision done, and I didn't want that to be me. Like, I didn't want a revision. I didn't want to go back.
What do you mean by revision? For
a revision,
those
like
that don't know.
you were unhappy with it, and it didn't look as great, and you went back for a second time. So I didn't want that to happen.
Here in New York City.
Here in New York City.
Okay.
I don't know the doctor's name because also I wouldn't.
We know the name, but we don't want to say it.
Yeah, I haven't even gone to him, so I can't really like give you my honest feedback because I didn't go to him, but it's just what I've heard.
So
Anyways,
you went to Turkey.
So I went to Turkey, and I found this doctor. I went to Turkey. I paid $3,000 with my flight. $3,000 I paid, and
wow, that's not a lot.
That's not a lot. I know it was basically a bargain. Like, it was a steal, honestly. And I'm so happy with the results. But anyways, let's go back a little bit.
Show the results.
I mean, you can't see the results, but some people online, I think, figured it out.
I mean, compared to what he looked like before, that it's really black and white. Yeah. Wow.
You do see a huge difference. Honestly, you're so fooch. You do see a huge difference, and honestly, I've been so happy. And I'm not like looking at I'm not face tuning my forehead anymore. I used to face tune it when my receding hairline was so awful.
But tell us about the procedure. What is it? What do they do?
Wait, this is the best part of it. 3 years ago, I got the procedure done, and I'm going to get into the procedure and tell you guys how the experience was. But the day I landed in New York, 2 days later, the whole world shut down because it was COVID. So COVID really worked in my benefit. Like,
very convenient.
Very convenient. I had to hibernate for basically 3 months, and everyone was hibernating. So I didn't feel like there was any FOMO.
Because he looked like an alien. He looked like Cynthia from the Rugrats. You have seen he looked exactly like Cynthia from the Rugrats. Can we put an image of the...
We'll put an
image
of
you.
Cynthia. I did not look like Cynthia. I'll show you guys photos. I have photos, and I can show them to you.
Oh, my God.
Don't you even dare.
Awful. And I had to sleep with him. And he couldn't sleep laying. He had to sleep, like, sitting. And he was just bleeding, like, the most disgusting, like, pus and water and blood. And he was right next to me. It
was literally for... Did you
buy me a Versace shirt for all the trauma that I suffered? No, you didn't.
Why would I?
You see.
Anyways, when I got to... So I took a flight to Turkey, landed. They pick you up. They put you in a hotel. Not such a great hotel, but hey.
Is that for everybody or you, because you're a celebrity here in New York City?
No, but you know what I did do? When I did book the appointment, I sent the doctor a DM saying, hey, I just booked an appointment, looking forward, blah, blah, blah.
You wanted a special treatment.
I just wanted a special treatment. He did offer, he's like, I'll do it for you for free if you post about it. And I said, no, I don't want it for free, because if I'm mad about it, I want to come to you and tell you that I'm mad about it. So that's why I said I'm not posting about it and also I didn't want to post about it because I was a little bit embarrassed at the time. But now I have no shame about it because I've recommended so many people to go there. Anyways, I did DM him just wanting him to,
give you special treatment.
Give me special treatment. So when I landed, I was there literally for 72 hours. I landed in the afternoon, went in for a consultation. He just like took a photo, did a little, drew a little line, and then...
How come drew a little line? Didn't he like suggested like a new hairline?
Yeah, he drew a little line. That was it. He drew a little line. Then we went home.
Because he's the one that, I mean, I feel like you're not like, because probably you would have done the new hairline.
No, I wouldn't have lowered it that long. No, I knew I wanted it to look natural. I didn't want to look over.
So you follow his suggestion?
Yeah, I followed his suggestion. I said I wanted something natural. I didn't want something too aggressive. The one thing that I did wish I do, and if anyone ever does this, make sure whenever you guys go, not only ask for grafts in the front by the hairline, but also in the crown, because then your crown is usually like one of the first places where you start losing hair. And I didn't do it, and I should have done it because maybe in a couple of years from now, I'm gonna need to go back to do that. But that's just a little bit of a tip if you do end up doing that. Anyways, that night went home, fell asleep.
Show me. Turn your back.
Well, you'll see it after. No one can see it right now. I landed. The next morning was the was the procedure. I get there and they're starting to shave everyone's head off. Literally, like everyone's head off.
Scary.
It was a little scary because like none of them are real barbers, and I don't think they're barbers. They're just like buzzing everyone's head off.
But I remember that when people saw you walking in, they say, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, a lot of people are like, "Oh, like why are you here? Like what are you getting done?" Because my hairline wasn't that terrible compared to everyone else in the room. Yeah,
We're all baldies.
everyone's hair was like a lot worse. But honestly, I still don't regret doing it. I still wanted to do it. People were even getting their beards done because like they don't have hair on their beard and they wanted a full beard.
I mean, I have a patch here,
Yeah,
right next to my lips, and I would love to fill it up.
that's exactly what they would do. And they would grab hair from somewhere else, probably from the beard. Anyways, they buzzed it off. I told them since I'm only doing everyone was doing their crown and their actual head. I was just doing my front. And they're like, oh, you don't have to buzz all your hair off, but it's going to look weird. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to.
And it did look weird.
I like, literally, I looked like, I don't want to say like a monk.
Like Cynthia from the
Not
Rugrats.
I'll show a photo.
That was you for like 3 months.
It was so embarrassing, but it wasn't for 3 months. It was like literally for a month. But they basically buzzed all around my head and they didn't like blend it in. So I had like 4 inches of thick hair, like literally thick hair. And then like here's just like skin. It was just such a...
In the grafts?
Yeah.
Is that how you call it?
The graft.
Here on that was so bad.
It wasn't so bad.
And then they started falling.
Okay, well, you're like already speeding up the process. 1 minute. So now that they've buzzed my hair, then they assigned us to each a translator because some of the surgeons aren't English speaking, and the translator came up to me and on her paper it said this man is a celebrity because like in Star, and she said, can I ask you a question? I'm like, yeah. She's like, what do you do? Who are you? And I'm like, I'm a very important person in New York, so you make sure you let the surgeon know that. And she's like, oh yeah, I will. It says it right here that you're very important. So I'm happy I DM'd him.
But you are very important.
Yeah, I am very important. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't care. You got to fake it till you make it. You know, I was pulling an Anna Delvey there, so it was like, yeah, I'm very important. Just don't fuck it up.
You're part of the landscape here in New York's fashion mode. You are an OG.
You're right.
Influencer.
You're not even joking.
Everybody knows it. It is true.
Anyways, I meet my surgeon, and as I walk in, the translator said, by the way, your surgeon's the best surgeon in the house. Like,
they tell that to everybody.
No, she told me that. She's like, I'm not just telling you this. Like, this is the best surgeon in the house. Like, I'm telling you, like, you're in the best hands. Trust me. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I mean, look how amazing it came out. I'll show you photos after. It was really next level. I get there and they're like, do you want anesthesia or something? And it was like $500 more. And I'm like, is it going to hurt? They're like, well, the first 5 minutes hurts and after that it doesn't. I was like, okay. I said, then I don't need it. If it's just for the first 5 minutes, I thought during the process it'll hurt. They said just the first 5 minutes hurt. I'm like, okay. So the first 5 minutes they started injecting me with local numbing for the head. And that killed like a motherfucker. That hurt the most. That was the most painful thing I've ever experienced my entire life. They inject like your scalp, and like it was the most painful thing ever. It was like, I'm like, are you almost through? I was like shouting, and I don't shout when I get hurt. I was shouting.
I can tell.
I could confirm.
Yeah, I can confirm.
Anyways, while I'm sitting, the shots are done, and then they start working on it. It took about 8 hours, and you're up.
What did you do for 8 hours sitting there?
Oh my God. During the times that they were
were you awake?
I was awake for most part of it.
Why didn't you just like ask for like a melatonin gummy from...
Are you going to let me tell you what I did? Thank you. So while I sat there, they opened up the TV and they let me like watch. There wasn't that much to choose from, but I chose the Taylor Swift movie and the Beyonce concert.
Taylor Swift has a movie?
It was like the Taylor Swift concert, the Reputation concert, and then the Beyonce concert. That's what they only had available like on their YouTube. And I was trying to like find other things, but I was like, let me just play this. So I basically saw Beyonce at Coachella and it was amazing. Again.
Weren't you like a little like jet lag and you could like maybe fall asleep for a little bit?
So through the surgery while they were working on me while I was watching the concert, I watched both concerts in full. So it was about like, let's say an hour and a half each, 3 hours. And then I fell asleep and then I woke up.
And you were done?
No, I woke up. It was lunchtime. And you get up, they give you a sandwich, and then
could you see yourself? Like, did you like
there was blood coming down my neck, and it was just like, I mean, it was fine. I felt completely okay. Like, it didn't feel weird. I wasn't in pain. I didn't feel anything
How
bad.
sanitary is that you're eating, bleeding?
It was so clean. That was the cleanest hospital I've seen. Like, it's very much like it felt like it was it felt like a machine, not a machine place. Like, it felt like very robotic. Like, you go in, you get your hair cut, you get the surgery, and then you get out. Like, it's very like
Organized.
organized. It was very, very organized.
Good, because they did a great job.
Yeah, they did a really great job, and now I feel comfortable talking.
But once
about
you're
it.
done with the whole surgery, they send you back home on your own. Are you groggy or like?
I was completely okay. They gave me this little pillow. My head was so swollen. I looked like an alien. Like, my head was so big.
I remember that.
Yeah. And even when
Because you were wearing this like headband.
yeah, I was wearing a headband. I mean, if you go to Turkey in the airport,
Pull a picture, let them see.
Well, I will, but when you go to Turkey and you're at the airport, everyone's wearing a headband. Literally, everyone's wearing a headband because you know that what procedure they're getting.
So Turkey is like popular for this.
Yes, Turkey is popular for it. They're very well known for it, and they're very good at it.
So would you advise people to go do it?
I would 1,000%, 1,000,000% advise it.
Has it changed your life for the better?
It has changed my life for the better. It has made me so much more confident, so much more. I'm happier when I'm
Like you needed it.
Yeah, I needed a little bit more of confidence.
Mhm.
Yeah, everyone needs a little confidence booster.
Mm.
And it's not like I just would see myself in the mirror and I'd be so like upset over my hair being lost, and it's just like something that you feel insecure about.
Yeah, and especially me, because when I wanted to post a selfie of the two of us, I couldn't because he needed to retouch it. Now we can live like normal people and we can just snap the pictures and
Yeah.
don't have to be worried about putting it on Facetune.
Yeah,
Like,
I would Facetune it a lot back then. Sorry, I am guilty for using Facetune
no,
then.
it's okay. I still do it too.
You still use it.
It's pretty obvious. I mean, right.
I don't use it like to make any like I don't move my body, make me thinner, make me bigger.
Oh, me neither.
But I'll like just smooth my forehead just a little bit.
Well, I did when I got a little chunky
Yeah.
during COVID. I did like liquefy a few things.
Yeah.
But I got back in shape. Right now, I look the best I ever look in my life.
Yeah.
If I say so myself. Well, I feel I'm happy with my body. So
You are.
Finally, I'm happy with my body again because it was tough.
It was a tough
It was
time.
a lot of,
Everyone gained weight during COVID.
and our heads were somewhere else.
Um,
We can talk about mental health in another episode because I have a
Yes.
lot to say.
Christian's been through it and through the ringer back and forth.
Even medication I had to take. So it's I
Um,
will be happy to share that story. That I don't think I told many people that I was taking pills, so I didn't go crazy
Yeah.
for a while.
well, yeah, you could talk about
We can talk about it some
Yeah.
other time.
So back to the process. I came back to New York and
This is too long. Are you dragging this story more?
I'm not dragging, but I feel like people want to know.
Okay, you came back. You were lucky
back.
that there was,
I was
COVID, so no one had to deal with this.
Exactly. No one had to deal with it. No one had to see me. I wore a hat.
How lucky were you?
How lucky. I started COVID, you guys.
Yeah.
Purposely, so then that way I could just hibernate in my apartment and not feel FOMO. But I got back and then I started seeing my hair grow 3 months after, and then it took 6 months till I felt like confident enough where I could. It looked fuller, and then after a year, you see the full results.
So,
It keeps getting better.
the funny thing is, I don't remember you cutting your hair shorter.
What do you mean?
I mean, you had new hair coming out of this area, but I don't remember you ever. How did you blend in the new hair with the old hair, or just?
It just blended itself. There's a photo. There's a couple of pictures I remember seeing them. Like there was a photo where it was. I saw the difference, and I see the new hairs wasn't looking like the old hairs, and I saw it. I was like, oh my god, I hope it blends in.
But wait,
eventually.
they pulled that hair from the back of your head.
They pulled it from the back, and
They should have used the hair from
okay.
your ass. You have a lot there, and it's better to pluck it.
Yeah, well, you want to use the same hair from the same molecules from your hair because it's obviously different texture. You can't use your beard hair for your head. Although some people did use their hair from the back for their beard because if they don't have a beard and they want hair there, they grab it from the head. But you need to get it from somewhere. If you don't have hair on your head, they will pull hair from your chest or from different parts of your body. So
and they pull them from your ass
yes, so yeah, you could
or
pull
legs
it from your ass or your legs. Yes.
or your back if you have a
Or
hairy
your
back.
Yeah, exactly. They grab it from anywhere
Eyebrows.
you have hair, and if you want it on your beard, or if you want it on your head, or if you want hair anywhere on your
Can
body.
they pull hair from someone else?
I mean, technically, yes, but it will be weird because
What if your body doesn't react to it? It won't like stick, and then you will lose your money.
I wonder if
Maybe you can even get sick or become okay. Just I don't know. You're not an expert, but I'm just making sure.
I'm not like an expert on that, but I don't think someone would want to do that. Anyways, moving on.
But you're living proof that it worked.
I'm living proof that it's okay, and it's also normalized. And men that are losing hair, I hear you, I feel you, I'm with you, and there's solutions for us these days, and it's just gonna get better. And hopefully, if you guys.
Let's say, okay, good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, I hope this story helps some people, and like,
if you're a guy listening and you wanted to get this done, like,
do it,
and like,
it works.
It works, and it's safe, and no one's gonna judge you for wanting to feel and look better.
Yeah, we're living different times.
Yeah.
So we ask you guys.
Okay.
Let me keep interrupting you because I love it.
I know you keep interrupting me. I'm gonna cut you. On today's episode, we're going to be sharing a segment called Ask MC, which is Ask Moti and Christian. It is a audience-generated segment. So we asked you guys at home on our Instagram to share some questions or ask for relationship advice. And for all those moving forward, we will still be posting it on Instagram. But if you guys want any advice or questions you guys may have, you can email us at bickeringpodcast@gmail.com.
Or a suggestion for a subject also. You want to hear...
Yeah, if there's a topic you want to hear about, send it to us. Talk to us. Tell us. We love hearing your feedback.
We might not act on it, but we just want to hear.
I think we will. Because, okay, anyways. So...
Okay, what did we ask last night?
Okay, so our first Dear MNC.
Ask Moti.
Ask Moti and Christian. But you don't say Ask Moti and Christian. You say Dear Moti and Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Moti and Christian, do you have any advice for interfaith couples? How involved to be and how do you share each other's holidays, etc.? This is a really great question because
take it away, Moti.
I'm a good Jewish boy, and Christian is a
Roman Catholic.
And I thought you were Christian.
It's part of Christianity.
Okay. And
my favorite Jew was Jesus Christ.
Right. After Moti and Kari.
Mm.
And I feel like we both, at first I was definitely worried about it because that was something that in my head, like I come from a very religious background, come from a modern Orthodox Jewish community. And I always thought I would end up with a nice Jewish girl, but that's a different story. But I landed on something close enough, a nice Jewish girl.
A shiksa.
But it's all about respecting each other's boundaries and being...
Moti, you got lucky. I don't have family living in the United States. So really...
Christian's not really religious. And
no, I'm not.
Yeah, well, can I just...
But it sounded like...
No, but for me, like, Christian's not religious. So, like, I don't find ourselves, like, we don't fight that much.
I celebrate Christmas and New Year's and my birthday, so that's...
Those are the three big Christian holidays. But no, I think, the one thing that you should do is be open about. I remember I was so anti having a Christmas tree in the apartment because I'm Jewish and...
Every little Jewish boy always dreams of a Christmas tree. Honestly, I made that dream come true for you. Aren't you happy?
It's really kind of true. Like a lot of Jewish people always say like, oh, I want a tree growing up. And like, it's fine. For me, it's more of like a sentimental thing than it is like a religious thing. Like having a tree is just like, just like basically having another plant in the house. Yeah, well, like I don't see it as like a religious symbol.
It came from this pagan tradition,
right?
Back in the day, and then Christianity adopted it. And for me, it's as always, it's a beautiful tradition that brings people together and like it's family. So there's nothing wrong with it.
So I think it's just being open-minded and just respecting each other. And
not even based on religion. Like when you are in a relationship, like you have to have some compromise. Like we spend. In my case, I remember my sisters like, they had to spend Christmas with their husband's family, and then the husband will spend New Year's with us. So it's a little bit of a compromise, unless his family hates you and then you're not allowed to come. But not my case. Not my case. No, I love you guys. Yeah, But it's a bit of a compromise thing. right?
Yeah.
Or did
I
a
think
Jewish person ask you this question?
I don't know if the person's Jewish, but it was a man asking it, and
It's compromise. Like you have to say, well, I'm going to Christmas, and then you have to come for
yeah, I
with
think
my family.
you have to figure out, yeah, and also if you have specific, I know I have friends who said that if the person's not Jewish or Christian, then I'm not going to date them because I want my kids to grow up Jewish or Christian, which is completely respectful. So if you want that, I feel like you need to make that decision before you get too involved in a relationship.
Or you can, try to.
But if you're looking to blend both of the
There are ways to blend.
There are ways to blend it. Like you can just respect each other's
all holidays are beautiful.
Yeah, all holidays are beautiful. Everyone's religion is beautiful. You just learn to respect one another.
And you need to compromise.
Compromise.
That's the most important thing in a relationship, compromise. Sometimes you have to do things you don't want. Believe me, I live my life like that, doing things I don't want every day since I wake up.
Compromise isn't even in Christian's vocabulary. That's how often he doesn't do it.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay, you'll hear about it later today. Okay, what else?
Okay, moving on to our next person.
Mm-hmm.
Dear MNC, Shalom. Any advice on how to stop avoiding apps and just date and put myself out there?
I mean, Moti and I, we met on Instagram.
So that's an app.
So that's an app.
You're asking the wrong people. But honestly, I think there's a different way of looking at it. Not actually avoiding apps, but more so you could be on an app, but not, it's work. Being on an app, I know is work because like obviously I was on Instagram and it's a lot of work communicating with someone.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that can be like, it could be like tricky to be, because sometimes you don't trust that person. I don't know, because I haven't been on an app. Well, the app I use is not for relationship.
You are so bad. I would just say that you should focus on.
I mean, actually, all my previous relationship, I have like just the first one. I met this person in real life. Like we were friends, and then it became a relationship, and then after that, they were all like through apps. And like not necessarily like a Tinder or this. I had someone that I dated. We met on Facebook, and then Moti, I met him on Instagram. But so not necessarily are like
next one he's gonna meet on TikTok.
Well,
maybe
I like younger, so sure, probably I will go on TikTok to fish for something there. But
they're too young for you.
But I mean, there's a beauty of putting yourself out there, dressing up, going to a bar, go with your girlfriends, and like you don't know what's going to happen. Like I keep encouraging my girlfriends to not to go out because they all go out, but some of them like they go with they decide to every night out go with their gay friends, and like that might not be the right.
Not the best. You're not gonna find a man if you go out with your gay friends to a gay bar.
And also, you should maybe go with all your single friends.
Yes, there is this new experiment I saw.
Or what about? Yeah, but wait. What about like sometimes your married couple have like single friends, and you can like
100%. It's called setting them up. Yeah, I get that.
But you need to put yourself out there.
You have
because it sounds like if you're only using apps, you're just sitting at home watching Sex and the City and going through the app. You need to go out.
Wait, you guys, there's this new phenomenon experiment that I saw that people are deleting apps and putting this like green ring on their finger to say that they're single, and that's how people are now going up to each other saying, "Oh, I saw you're wearing a ring. Like you're single. Like what's up?"
Well, usually people that is not because even if you are if you're in a relationship but not married, you don't have that.
That is like, I am so happy I don't have to date anymore.
Are you sure? Because
like,
after 3 drinks in the club, I see you want us to start dating.
I don't want to date.
You start dating some like
I don't want to
random people for 2 or 3 hours.
You see how easy it is? Like that's what I mean. Like you just go to the bar, have a couple drinks, and then you start talking to people. It's really easy.
Yeah, you lose your standards.
Oh,
I mean, I have been, but yeah, I mean, yes, delete the app, go live your life. But I mean, use both.
Yeah, I feel like you could do both, and also I think like with apps, it just depends on your. I don't think delete the apps. I think either
don't let them consume your life, and you have to go out anyway.
But also put the effort and put the energy in. Like it's one thing having the app and just swiping right, left, but you need to communicate, make the dates, like actually like put the effort and energy behind it. Otherwise, you're just playing a wasteful game. So
it sounds like you're sitting down at home, scrolling those apps, swiping left.
We're moving on to the next one.
Okay.
Dear Moti and Christian, my boyfriend is a flight attendant. I only see him once a week.
He's cheating on you.
Stop. Christian. I only see him once a week and we FaceTime a lot. But I want to make our reunions more special. Any tips? Also, how do I get over feeling guilty when I go out without him? Let me start this one from the beginning because I already sound annoying. Dear MNC, my boyfriend is a flight attendant. I only see him once a week and we FaceTime a lot. But I want to make our reunions more special. Any tips? Also, how do I get over feeling guilty when I go out without him? I'm not doing anything wrong. I just constantly miss him when he's not there. Thanks.
First, he's cheating on you.
No, he's not.
Second, if you're feeling guilty it's because you're doing something wrong.
No.
And if you don't want to feel guilty, stay home.
Yeah, no. You see, like, this is like, that's what Christian would make me feel.
No. But one thing, you want to make something special since you're not spending that much money. Because if you will have to see him every day, you will spend money, right? But if you're only going to spend money once a week, you should treat him to something nice, like a nice restaurant, like a nice experience. Also, what brings couples together more than gifts are experiences. Like share like
a Broadway show,
a concert.
Go to Dave and Buster's, play video games.
You know, experiences always bring people together, not only couples, but, but I personally prefer gifts.
Yeah. Honestly, me and Christian were in a long distance relationship for a long time, and I didn't realize how good I had it until he moved here, because I didn't realize that.
And he forced me to move here.
I could, do what I want, hang out, do whatever
You can still do it now.
So look at the bright side. He's flying. He's somewhere else. Have a good time. Go out. Do your thing.
We say in Spanish.
C'est la vie.
Ojos que no ven, corazón que no siente.
That's French. Sorry.
Yeah, well, anyway. If you want to make something special, going back to your question, I would say, like, you know what? Share new experiences with him.
For sure.
Try to go on a small trip, concert, because those memories you will treasure forever.
Museums.
There's
like some really fun museums.
Boring.
The Sex Museum. The Ice Cream Museum.
I mean, if you're here in New York, the Eagle is an experience.
The Brooklyn Museum, that Dior exhibit was so beautiful. Now they have something else, the Virgil Abloh.
Oh, that's boring.
It depends on what he likes. I feel like if you have an appreciation for fashion, you would like it.
Moti took me to Sleep No More.
How cool was that?
And that was amazing. And that's I never forget that.
That was one of the
Also, he got a little drunk.
Okay, Christian.
And he wanted to have Fuji time.
Okay, Christian, we're not going to go there right
public.
now. Okay, our next MNC is...
How many questions are we going to answer?
I did 5. Okay, dear Moti and Christian, I'm seeing this guy that never wants to date and only wants to hook up. He claims that he likes me. What the fuck? And what do I do?
I mean, it sounds like you're only like a booty call.
Booty call, yeah. I don't want to say that.
Is it the
Christian?
Is it the sex at least good? You weren't thinking it.
But you said it.
Okay. I mean, you're a booty call. That's what it is.
I think that you need to...
But I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Set your boundaries and, have the conversation with them saying, hey, if we're not going to be anything more, maybe... maybe...
You have to be strong and end it.
I mean, if the sex is great, then just keep it as a hookup buddy.
Yeah, but some people can...
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I know, it's hard. It's really hard. I mean, if the person doesn't value you and like you, then you just got to realize that you're a diamond and you don't fucking need them and you got to move on.
Yeah.
And if they don't appreciate you, someone else out there will.
That is true, Mr. Booty Call.
Mr. Booty Call. Okay, my last one is something that is so good because it's literally us. Dear Moti and Christian, me and my boyfriend fight over the most little and stupid things, which makes me want to break up with him. Any advice?
I mean, we do fight all the time. I feel we can.
The amount of times that I've thought to myself, I'm breaking up with Christian every day.
But we always, you know what? We always fight over, like, who's going to take out the trash? Who's going to walk the dog? Who's going to pick up the mess after?
Who's going to pick up the mess that Christian made? Like, we always fight over those kind of things. Like, where it's always...
But those are the little things, right?
Right.
But what about when, like, shit hits the fan, when something really bad happened? Like, what about when, like, someone gets sick, someone gets cancer, or, like, you're starting having problems with your family, or someone dies, you get into a bad accident. Those are, like, the little things that you need to ask yourself, like, is this person
going to take care of me?
Worth
the
trouble do I love this person enough to no matter what this is, I'm gonna
Be with him.
be with him. So you need to ask yourself that question, because I feel like we're opening up here. I feel sometimes I fight with Moti over the little things, and I'm like, should I continue with this relationship? But like at the end, I know that I won't be able to find someone as wonderful as him. So I'm like, you know what? Like, this is silly.
Aw, that's so accurate, though. You won't find anyone better than me.
You see, he ruined the fucking moment. Okay, this is it. Bye.
Anyways, that is our episode for the day. I'm kidding. Christian loves me.
Do I?
That is a wrap for our episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow, subscribe, do all that fun stuff.
Thank you
Follow
for
us on
watching.
Instagram and TikTok, Bickering Podcast, at Moti Ankari and at Christian Bendak. And we'll see you next week.